Hi everybody, there's some new features in Star Citizen and I'm going to show them to you. Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Loic Ferris. So, Star Citizen has a few new exciting features coming in with 3.5.1. They're currently available in the PTU, so a few of us have been able to try them out, and I'm going to show you what they're all about today. CIG has finally introduced the ability for us to customize our ships. They've been talking about this for a while, saying that eventually we're going to be able to have our own paint jobs. We're going to be able to pick the color of the ship from the outside. We're going to be able to make changes to our ship from the inside. Not just the paint, but also things like the pilot seat and other decorations that go inside of the ship. In addition to that, I didn't realize this, but they're also offering weapons packs for the game. So you're going to actually be able to buy a weapons pack for your particular ship. Now, my very first ship in the game was the Origin 325A. I remembered seeing the original version in the hangar and walking in and out of it and imagining what it would be like to fly the thing. Well, they did a remake on this ship, and it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I was blown away when I first got to set foot inside of the 300i. Once I got into the PTU, I was able to actually go check out the 325A, and then I was able to go and make some changes to the ship. So I think I've got a pretty cool looking ship, and I'm going to walk you guys through the steps on how you customize your ship, what you need to do, because ship customization, at least right now, is not available in the game. You have to do it on the website, and then it will actually update your ship in the game. Alright guys, so the first thing you need to do is you need to log into the Public Test Universe website. The PTU website is listed here as the Public Test Universe Sandbox. So, in order to customize a ship, what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to click on the Pledge Store if you don't own a 300 series ship. Now, if you already have a 325 or a 350 or a 315, you're going to be able to modify that existing ship in the system. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you how to do that part because I modified a ship last night while I was really excited about this game and thought about making this video while I was driving home from work today. So, what we're going to do is we're going to treat this like I'm picking up a brand new ship. So, I'm going to grab my 325 because, well, it's my ship and I like it, you know? So this site's going to load up and you're going to get all these options on the right-hand side of the screen over here, okay? You can pick your paint job, you can pick interior colors for your cockpit, you can pick the cockpit wheel, whether you want a standard wheel or a sport wheel. You can pick the cockpit seat that you have, whether you like the standard seat or you want a sport seat, and then the materials that go around that, and there's finish, there's bedding, so there's like 6 different types of bedding that you can get. And then finally there's the weapons packages. So obviously the Classic is already included in the game. Now, in the PTU, you're going to have a credit of like 175 bucks, I think. The price here that's showing on the screen, right here at the bottom right, is showing the cost of what they would charge you for the ship if you were actually going to buy a new ship and customize it on top of that. Just to show you some of the options here. Now, you can click this paint job, and as you see, the ship's not black and silver, which honestly does look cool. There's several other combinations here. You can kind of go with more of a military color, which is this green and black, and they have another version of the black and silver, which is a bit more silver than the black that was on the paint job that was before. You can see the difference between those two right there. Standard paint jobs that are included, so that's pretty standard for the 325A. This is an all red version of the 325A, if that's what you want to go with. And what more than likely a lot of us Test Squadron members are going to be flying around in are Test Yellow and Black. There's some premium paint jobs. It's a lot like buying a car, because when you're buying a car, you're looking at all these different paint jobs, and you have your standard and you have your limited, and then on top of that, you have these premium paint jobs that you can get, and then underneath you have metallic paint jobs. So like, you know, there's this kind of metallic looking black color that you can get for it. Metallic gray, which looks cool, and then a metallic silver, so you can make the whole ship silver. And then there's this blue, which, I mean, that just looks sick. So you want to talk about a space company or spaceship company being modeled after a car manufacturer. BMW, I swear, has a blue almost exactly like that they sell on their cars. It looks really cool. So I'm going to stick with that blue color just because I really, really like it. And Montoya, I apologize that I'm not going with the yellow. Please don't fire me, okay? Now, for the interior, they have this gloss red, which is standard. So if I click on something else, it's going to bring us to an interior picture. So I've just changed all of the trim here to silver. Now I'm going to click back on the red so you can see what the red looks like. That's what the ship looks like standard. So if you just log in, you don't make any modifications, this is what your ship's going to look like. And if you really want to go with something fancy, you can get the wood trim. I'm not a huge fan of the wood trim. I mean, I think CIG's done a really good job on their textures and stuff, but for whatever reason, it reminds me of that cheap wood trim in my wife's Nissan. Ugh. So I'm going to go with the silver just because I think that looks cooler. Now you can pick out premium trims as well. The premium trims are, it's like a carbon fiber, it's a black carbon fiber. You can go with a blue trim, which actually matches or kind of matches that blue paint job that I picked outside. Then they have a yellowish looking carbon fiber. So again, Test Squadron, we've got our yellow and black guys. Or we go with straight yellow. I, again, am going to go with something different because I really like this black carbon fiber look. I think it looks really sick. Now, there's a couple of different types of steering wheels, and unfortunately they don't show you the steering wheel straight on. You're just really seeing the back of it right here, which is a shame. You can kind of get an idea on these two buttons as to what it's going to look like. So there's a sport steering wheel and there's a standard steering wheel. I don't really know which one I would go with. I think for the sake of this whole thing, I'm going to go with the sport wheel. It's definitely got that more minimalistic race car kind of look. Now, you can pick between two different seats. The standard seat looks really comfortable, it looks really nice. Or you have the sport seat. That looks like a lot of back pain, but hey, it does look cool too, so we'll leave it. On the sport seat, I think it looks really cool with this white. You can also do a brown on it if you like the black and brown combination, or you can go with an all black leather seat. I think the two-tone white and black leather looks very, very cool. There's also finishes that you can add to it. So right now there's red pinstriping, which is here on the back. We can't really see the back of the seat in this picture. I'm hoping that at some point they give us like a 3D view that we can go into so we can see the back of the seat and all of the angles so you really understand what it is that you're getting yourself into when you're, well, spending money on customizations. This looks like wood pinstriping. We don't have wood pinstriping on our ship. You can go with silver, which will give you the silver striping. They've got a bunch of other colors here, which goes with the same materials that you've got right over here on your trim. So we're doing the black carbon fiber. I'm going to click the black carbon fiber. You can't really see what it did here because you can't rotate this view. Now, the next part is you can pick the bedding on the ship. So the ship comes with standard black bedding, and here's a view of that. So I just clicked the white one so it would bring me over to it. This is the standard bedding that the ship comes with right over here. Now, you can change that to premium bedding, which has the Origin logo on it. And I'd say, you know, it looks kind of neat. Or you can change it to the Origin logo with the Origin name on it. You can either go black or you can go black and white. In this case, I'm going to just pick the black and white. Now, this is the cool part. So here are the packages. This is the standard set of equipment that comes with the ship. This includes your power plant, your cooler, your shield generator, your quantum drive, and all of your weapons, okay? So this is what comes with the ship standard. Now, you can pick up several different versions here. So I'm going to go with the most expensive one because you know what, that's just what I want to do. So this is the package. I've added it to the ship. Now my ship's at $108. That's the ship plus all of the customization that I've included in it. Now they're adding a few other things here which are kind of neat. You can get some accessories. So there's that whole sink bar, like, I don't know, wet bar? Yeah, wet bar. Sink and wet bar off to the side of the ship. You can add a coffee maker to it. You can add the Food Maker Duo. I don't know if that's a food processor or what. Looks like some portable speakers that you can add to the ship. Some kind of a cool picture frame that goes right by the bed. And then there's a holo clock so you can see what time it is. That brings the cost of the ship to $117. That's the ship and everything that I've added to it. So I just click confirm. They're going to go through and have you verify everything on the screen that you want. This is what your ship looks like in final with that dark blue and black. They're not showing you the inside, unfortunately, but then you would click add to cart. Now, like I mentioned before, they give you a credit in the PTU. Now, when this goes live, well, live, the persistent universe, but we're still in alpha, this will obviously cost real money. When you go into checkout, they're going to ask you to verify your information. It's like you're making an actual purchase. Don't be nervous. You can type in all of your stuff. It'll bring you to this screen right here, which shows place an order and pay, sandbox mode, right? So it's going to show you everything that you've put in there, the hull colors, the cockpit finishes, the yoke, the seats, everything's going to be there. What you're going to do is when you go to pay, you're not going to select payment method right down here because this is going to be like a US credit card or a UK credit card. You're going to go to credits and coupon. Apply a credit for the total amount. Now, you can see here the ones that I did because I actually got a new one last night and then I modified my existing one because I actually own a 325A and I was trying to figure out my way around this thing. Like I said before, if you already own a 325A, you can go into your hangar here and there will be a button to customize your ship. It'll show up there and that way you don't have to spend those credits on something completely brand new. Unfortunately, I've kind of gone through all of mine, so I'm not going to complete this purchase. But in this case, you type $117, and then you would agree here, and then you would place order and pay, and you'd have your ship. I'm really happy with this. I think this is going to be a really cool feature. It's a really nice way to customize your ship, make it your own. Now, what they were saying in one of the videos is you're going to be able to get customization for ships, not just from the manufacturer, but from aftermarket companies as well, that's their goal. So what's really cool about that is these are the manufacturer colors. So for example, Origin is going to put out colors that they feel best represent their ships. But once you start getting these aftermarket options, you're going to be able to put flames on your ship, or whatever. At least that's what they alluded to in one of their videos when they talked about this, which I think is going to be a really, really cool feature. It'll be really neat because at first we're going to see people with these limited color schemes, and I'm sure I'm going to see other dark blue ships with some options or all the same options as mine, because there really aren't a lot of them available yet. But eventually we're going to be able to see ships that have hopefully a multitude of different color schemes and designs that people come up with, and it's going to really add some diversity into the game. I think it's going to be really cool. Now, another thing I want to do is I definitely want to check out the inside of this ship, because I did customize the whole thing as well on the inside. Okay, so that's the chair. Oh, and you can see that carbon fiber. You see that carbon fiber right there, all of that. That's what I was adding onto the ship that I couldn't really see very well before from the front. So I had no idea that it was adding all of this carbon fiber to the back. So if you made it yellow, this whole chair would be, like seriously, yellow and black, or blue, or whatever color you wanted to make it. It's actually really cool. And then here's the carbon fiber trim that we put on the ship as well. That looks so cool. This is like the way that I would buy a car. I would totally buy a car that looked like this. Here's the decorations, the food control unit. All right, what does this do? So if I open it, oh, it actually works. Nice. Okay, so drink. What happens when I drink? Oh, well, there's kind of something at the bottom. It looks like I left coffee in there from like months ago. So now I'm holding the coffee cup. Can I place it? Yeah, place it. And we're going to put that right back on the coffee machine right there. And it fell on the floor. Where did it go? Like I said, it's alpha, and it's pre-alpha at that. So the cup is somewhere. It might be underneath the ship, or it might be stuck to my leg. There's the bed here with the new bedding that I added onto it. I think that looks kind of cool. And then I have no idea what that picture frame does. Can I get to that picture frame? I guess not. Do I have to lay in the bed? Let me try laying in the bed here really quick. Now, can I interact with this thing? I still can't interact with this. Wait a minute. Oh, so it changes the pictures from the looks of it. So it's like one of those digital picture frames. The only shame is it looks like you can do something with it, but I don't know if I can interact with it or what, or if I can add something to it. I have no idea. But anyway, that's it. This is the Origin 325A. This is what the customizations do on the 300 series. And I definitely have to say I'm really excited about this. It's cool. It's very cool. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, and don't forget to mash that like button. See you guys around the verse.